Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new feature on the channel where we're going to take a quick look at the cycling news from the past week, as well as taking a slightly deeper dive into the world of YouTube cycling creators and see what they're up to. But first we're going to start with the news. The big news of the day is Marcel Kittel has announced potentially his retirement from cycling, but certainly his retirement from the 2019 season. In a tweet he said, "On my request, Team Katusha, Alpecin and I mutually decided to an early termination of my current contract. Read more here." And on his website it goes on to say that it was a long decision process and it raised a lot of questions about how and where he wanted to go as a person and as an athlete. Hopefully it's only going to be a short break and Marcel Kittel is going to be back in the pro peloton soon, hopefully with renewed vigour, ready to hit those sprints again and take back the crown of one of the fastest men in the world. Let's hope he does, because he's the second person this year to step away from cycling. Peter Kennaugh took a decision to step away from cycling only a few months ago, and yeah, let's be honest, at the end of the day it's only bike racing, it's not that important, and mental health, mental well-being is always going to take priority over riding a bike. In other news, Shimano have just announced their brand new gravel specific GRX group set system. It's going to sit alongside the existing road group sets. We've got 3 levels of group set to pick from. We've got the RX 800, which is the all singing, all dancing, the RX 600 and then the RX 400. The 400 are all 10-speed components, while the 600 and the 800 are both 11-speed. And those 11 speeds are also available in 1x or 2x. The most interesting part for me was the STI levers. The GRX range is going to include completely brand new Di2 and mechanical levers. The profile's said to be more sculpted towards that off-road riding as opposed to on-road riding, and that brake lever's pivot point has also been moved 18mm, which is creating a more pronounced hood hump, which means sitting on the hoods is going to be much more secure and a lot safer riding on that rough terrain. The levers themselves have got more of a curve, which allows you to hook your fingers around, and those hoods and the levers are also textured to offer a lot more grip and comfort in those ergonomics as well. Now let's head to cycling content creators on YouTube, and Cameron Jeffers was in hot water yesterday after he announced that he was doing a giveaway for a brand new power meter. However, to enter it, you had to be part of his Patreon, and the world went mad. Jeffers, you suck, we want Pritchard. It's a lottery, this is a lottery. Technically it's not, because in a lottery you still stand a chance of nobody actually winning. Somebody is going to win it. So technically it's not a lottery. So pipe down, lawyers out there. I personally think it's not a bad idea. Think about it, right? How many trolls does Cameron Jeffers get on his videos? He gets quite a lot. Now if he was to, I don't know, announce this live and he had to stick with whoever the winner was, and he went through all the comments on that video and he picked someone who was clearly a troll, but he had to give it away, would you agree with that? I don't think so. I think it's quite a smart move. It's going to give those guys who have decided, not necessarily the ones that choose to do Patreon now, but those guys who decided in the past to support him and help him out, it gives them a better chance of winning. They deserve it more than someone like me who just presses the dislike button all the time. However, one thing, Cameron Jeffers, Jesus Christ, it's 4I, not 4I. The number 4 gives it away, Jesus Christ, man. But 4I. If you want to send me a power meter, I can pronounce your product correctly anytime. 4I. I'm getting it wrong as well. You're not going to believe this next piece of news. Lawrence Carpenter has dropped 2 videos this week. Count them, 2 videos this week. Not only that, but in one of his latest videos, he's also showing off his brand new counting skill ability.
Yesterday was the first stage 1, and today is stage 2.
Good work, Lawrence. Keep it up. In all honesty though, great vids, man. Great vids. Heading over the pond now, and the vegan cyclist had a very dirty weekend last week as he tried to beat off 650 men in the Vermont forests.
It was so painful that I tried to walk around. I kept walking around to get away from my hands.
Tyler took on the Rasputitsa gravel race. It's one of the most epic gravel races, made even more epic by the fact that it was snowing, it was cold, and the elements just socked it to him. Tyler ultimately finished 28th in that race, and big props, man. That's a solid effort. I definitely would have got off. Now, talking of big achievements, our other vegan friend Ash Beach recently took a trip to Mallorca to take on Sacalobra. His goal was to try and complete the Strava in under 30 minutes.
That was my reaction to seeing the end. I went, ah! So this is it, this is the end. Where that sign is at the top is the end of this. And the countdown now is to the sub 30 time. Here's the sign, that's the finish line. Yeah!
He's like the Pantani of Zwift, that boy. But ultimately, the top achievement from last month has to go to fanatical Jasper Verkiel. He took on the pros on one of the most famous parts of the Paris-Roubaix course.
Carrefour de l'Arbre.
His idea was to try and take the KOM before they came through at the 2019 Paris-Roubaix. And fair play to the guy, he smashed it. Jesus. Did he achieve it?
Carrefour de l'Arbre. Nee. Nee.
Yeah, of course he did.
Ja! Ja, motherfucker! KOM! Die andere! 3 minuten 5! Ja! Yes! Dit loopt tot hier! Ladies and gentlemen, we've got him!
Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tickle that notification bell if you've not done already, and leave a comment. As ever, please leave a comment below on any of the stories we've covered or any stories you want us to cover for next week's show. Thanks.